California Sheriff scandal. The board to meet to consider ways to oust elected sheriff who won't quit. All right, let's bring her to the front of the congregation, as Anton Daniels say. Shout out to Anton Daniels. Shout out to him.
I'm not resigning. I am an elected official, elected by the people of this county that represents change.
San Mateo County Sheriff Christina Corpus fiercely responding to allegations made against her in a newly released 400-page independent report.
This is a hatchet job of an inquiry which was commissioned with a predetermined outcome in mind, and it was filled with lies.
The investigation was prompted by complaints from Sheriff's Office staff. Among other things, the resulting report accuses the sheriff of abuse of power, using intimidation and retaliation tactics, as well as having an...
I want to go back.
I'm not resigning. I am an elected official, elected by the people of this county that represents change.
See? She's up there. Look at all the stars on her neck. Speaking of that neck, I'll be on her. She bad. For an older lady, she decent. And see, we will get into a little bit later. It's kind of a Fonnie Willis scenario where there's a male co-worker that got promoted and got a pay raise. And it looks like because of the lady in charge. Now, I'm not going down that rabbit hole of, well, women shouldn't be in charge and things of that nature. I'm just getting started, so I'm not going to be controversial yet, but I have my opinions on things. I think that if you're competent, sex, orientation, gender, him, her, them, zer, doesn't matter. If you can do the job, lead, delegate, meet your quotas, bring value to your company, that's all that matters. Not who you sleep with. Now, I don't necessarily believe in sleeping with people on the job. Not saying that I haven't, because I have. But lead by example.
San Mateo County Sheriff Christina Corpus fiercely responding to allegations made against her in a newly released 400-page independent report.
This is a hatchet job of an inquiry
Shout out
which was
to GMR
commissioned
News.
with a predetermined outcome in mind, and it was filled with lies.
The investigation was
I don't believe her. I'm sorry, I don't believe anything I don't believe them clips. And I haven't heard the whole entire press conference that she conducted, but I don't believe anything she just said.
Sheriff's Office staff. Among other things, the resulting report accuses the sheriff of abuse of power, using intimidation and retaliation tactics, as well as having an inappropriate personal relationship with her chief of staff. It also alleges the sheriff used racist and homophobic language. All charges the sheriff denies.
These are people who have a vendetta against me. I am disgusted at how low these people will go.
But members of the county's Board of Supervisors believe it's the sheriff who's...
How low can you go? Can you bring it to the flow? How low can you go? Can you take it to the flow? Hey, how low can you go? Can you take it to the flow? How low can you go? Can you take it to the flow?
Who's lying. During a news conference Tuesday afternoon, Supervisors Noelia Corzo and Ray Mueller called on the sheriff to resign immediately.
It's clear that we have a sheriff that we cannot trust.
I wish I was that chief of staff that was getting promoted. I wonder how much he's making. How much are you making? How much was he making before he got promoted? Was it a 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 raise? What did he do to get that promotion? Because we always hear about the women being on the couches, Harvey Weinstein, maybe even Diddy, this, that and this, and everything above, and everything below, and everything that's concerning that. But what did he have to do to get that come up? Because it sounds like his bag is heavy. But we're going to continue.
This independent investigation lays out the reasons.
Earlier in the day, the Sheriff's Department arrested Carlos Tapia, the president of the Deputy Sheriff's Association Union, on 2 separate charges. Tapia is one of many deputies who has criticized the sheriff and her office.
I will not be intimidated by our sheriff. I will not tolerate the sheriff's abuse of our authority and retaliation against our union.
So now, this is all going off of what this video is showing and saying. And yes, this is a reaction video. And I'm going to do my best to kind of stay away from these reaction videos. But sometimes it is a little refreshing to step away from doing all the reading and let the picture that's already been painted repaint itself and go off of that. And then maybe even read or just give my take on it. But this looks like, if what is being said here is true, then it does look like clear abuse of power. Because what do they say? Absolute power absolutely corrupts. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. You're getting people arrested, put in jail. If I heard correctly, you're getting people arrested who aren't on your side. Sounds like clear corruption out there in California.
While the process plays out, several San Mateo County community organizers worry it's the people of the county who will suffer the.
And if I remember correctly, that's in San Francisco. I believe that is San Francisco. Yep. Because I was getting ready to, I actually got a job out there about 1.5 years ago, almost 2 years in San Francisco, but I turned it down. It would have been, I would have been getting a $75,000 sign-on bonus to stay 3 years, making $40 an hour.
The most. That includes Jim Lawrence of Fix in San Mateo County, a group specifically focused on police oversight and transparency.
San Mateo County is one of the safest counties, there is, because we believe in our law enforcement. We trust them. There was transparency. There was that relationship that we could depend on. That's destroyed in one day, in one report.
While the Board of Supervisors cannot fire the sheriff, they say they will consider what steps can be taken at a meeting on Wednesday.
I'm not resigning. I am
You get power, do your best to be fair. You don't always have to wield your power, but be fair. Don't let people run you over, but be fair. Don't abuse your power. I know it's easy to abuse your power. I've been in leadership positions before, and one thing that people have always said about me, especially when I have gained leadership and authority and access, is that I never changed. Now, you might say that's good, you might say that's bad, but I keep the essence of me, but I lay clear I lay clear boundaries and I lay my foundation. Well, my foundation is already laid before I got there, but I lay clear boundaries. Hey, if you don't do this when I ask you the first time, it's going to be a conversation. After that, then you're getting reprimanded. You get 2 chances, not 3. We're not doing 3 strikes. You get 2 chances. First one's a conversation. Second one, I got to write you up. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do it. So you can't be mad because I let you know. But if I'm in the wrong, then you pull me to the side. don't try to embarrass me, belittle me, make me look dumb and incompetent in front of the people that are either my subordinates or the people that I'm supposed to be and having authority over. Because now that's disrespectful. And now you're trying to burn a bridge that you could potentially cross or need to cross over later on down the road. But you're trying to throw me under the bus because you can't control your emotions. And hey, it's been times where I have come out my mouth and said things sideways to people. Whether blatant or indirect or not even on purpose. Not indirect because I have not really had a reason to be indirect. Especially when I've already been given the keys, there's no need to be indirect. But sometimes I'm saying, hey, go over there, I need you to do this. My tone might be off. I might sound sarcastic, whatever the case is. And people have had to pull me to the side and say, hey, look, Don, I appreciate how you were talking to me. And then I fess up. Oh, my bad. I apologize. Sorry. You know, sometimes people had to give me this. They had to give me that right hand of the Fresh Prince. Sometimes. And then all I do is I start tap dancing.
You always do that to me, George.
So yeah, you get power, don't abuse your power. Let's see. So yeah, we get the gist of it. Don't abuse your power.